it's Kitty, and today we're going to start painting! Yay! I'm starting with the face. The nose only has 3 colors, and the eyes have 4, so super easy. Here's my paint box. And the nose is a very simple shape. Here I have isolated all of the potential pink colors to use for the nose. But I think I'm going to use this bright pink color that I used for Santa. Here are my brushes. I'm going to use a smaller one. And let's pick the eye color too. I have a light blue and a dark blue on the screen, so we need a light blue and a dark blue that are pretty good matches in paint. Let's see what we can get. I kind of like these, but oh, you like these. We'll see how those look. There was a problem with the video. Some of it got corrupted, or Karki pressed stop when he meant to press record. It happens. It's really easy to do on a phone because the button's like right there. It's okay. You've seen painting before. You don't need to see me paint absolutely every step of this, right? That would be way too long. I've filled in the base color. I used what we thought was going to be the lighter blue for the eyes, but it turned out to be remarkably dark. I think what I'm going to do is keep this color as the dark color and overpaint the lights. So I'm going to have to do a little color mixing. Here's something else I did. I wrote down what colors I'm using for the eyes and nose, their paint numbers, and took a picture of it. If you have a phone handy that takes pictures, do this. It'll help you a lot if you have to go back and touch stuff up, which I'm sure I will. So I've painted the dark pink, as you know. Now I'm painting the light pink shape to go over it. I'm just using an old plastic container. It's okay to do a little color mixing if this is the only time you are going to use that color. It's a lot easier. I'm just going to speed this up. I'm painting. Look at me. And Karki's video is pretty good. The nose is done. There's not a lot of contrast between those 2 colors. I don't know if I like that. Might have to go back and redo. Here's the part where we forgot to get video or it didn't work. We got some errors when we were taking it with the phone. You can see that I painted light over the dark shapes. I just kind of mixed the same color up with a little bit of white to make it lighter. And it looks kind of strange. This is because there are only 2 colors down. I promise you, this is going to look absolutely awesome, as imperfect as I've done it. Just wait. I'm fixing that nose. I'm taking this pale terracotta color and just using that straight up as the nose, the light color on the nose. That looks a lot better. For the dark pink, I'm mixing that one up with the original pink and filling it in. And it looks so much better. Now it's time to paint the blacks. This is where things start getting really, really exciting, because the eyes just come to life when you add the black and the white. I'm setting up my canvas right by my computer, but I'm still drawing in the shapes. There's a good reason for this. One is I don't really trust myself to freehand it, and also it gives you practice with the shapes before you paint them, if you're inexperienced with paint. This can help a lot. So what I'm doing here is looking for areas where the black and white overlap, if any. Because if they do, this requires a little bit of forethought. Obviously, you have to wait until the layers dry before you paint another color over them. But also, if you try to layer white over black, you might see the black show through. Again, it's annoying, but not the end of the world, because you can just repaint the white. Still, you kind of want to know these things before you go into them. As you can see, I have drawn in the shapes. I tried to use a nice pencil so it's shiny. And I'm going to start painting in the black. Oh yeah, one thing you don't want to do is load up your paintbrush with a thick glob of paint. This is the way to get really mad. You want to scoop up small amounts of paint so you can keep a nice point on your paintbrush and then start painting, especially for the fine tip. And this isn't terribly interesting, nor is my camera work very good. I was so busy painting, I forgot I was taking a video. Wow. That's really bad. That's so bad. Oh, okay, wait. You can see me filling in the pupil of the eye. All right, I'm just going to spare you. There it is. I filled in the black. You can see that they're wet. And just compare against your screen, compare your pencil lines, go slow. And if something doesn't look right, stop and evaluate if you should just paint over it with your base color that you wrote down. Now it's time to add the whites. This is really cool. Just a few spots of white and these start to look like eyes. But here I am filling in the underneath highlight of the eye. And I'm keeping the line kind of wavery so that it looks wet. There we go. That's looking like an eye. And I'm going to I'm just making it up. This is looking good. This paint by numbers is a lot harder than the Santa one. When you're doing these little detail areas, kind of look to see how the different shapes fit together. If your shapes aren't right on, but the shapes all look like they fit together, it's still going to look really good. Check that out. They're eyes, but there's one more thing I want to do. This fancy pants paint is so fun. When you reduce the layers, the outlines change and sometimes you have gaps. And I put that cool, well, depending on who you are, I think it's super cool, that vivid green background. And as it turns out, it's peeking through the eye outlines and I really like it, so I'm putting it in. And I think it adds a lot of vivid color to the eye. It makes you really want to look at them, which is good. Look at that. Okay, this was a lot of material, so I'm going to go over some tips. Draw all your shapes. It doesn't matter how big or small they are, or if you think you can do it, just draw them in pencil. Don't be afraid to redo something. It's frustrating and annoying, but you'll be happy you did. Wait for each layer to dry before you go on to the next one. And don't load up your brush with huge globs of paint, especially the fine tip brush. You may be wondering where you should start with your painting. It's different for everyone. Obviously, I started with the eyes because they look really good on camera, for one thing, and also because a face is really important if you have one. So I would start with a face or something in the center of your picture that you could build your picture around. Until next time, when we are going to start painting in the cat.